Hello and welcome to Super Spirit Live. I am your host and commentator, Shirt Donovan. What an exciting card of wrestling matches we have for you this evening, including a title shot in the main event between challengers Diamond Deluxe and Mainstays here in Super Spirit Wrestling, the only undefeated entity left in any division here in Super Spirit Wrestling, Troubletown, the current women's division champions. What an exciting main event that is sure to be. But to start us off here tonight, we have a heavyweight division contest between the eternal Jeffrey Hudson and all-day Elliot McKay. Certainly both of these wrestlers in their prime at the moment in terms of their physical capabilities. We'll see how they clash tonight here in the opening bout of Super Spirit Live.
The center, the crossroads. You could go any which way.
Making his way to the ring, the eternal Jeffrey Hudson.
The stock of Jeffrey Hudson rising with every passing week here in Super Spirit Wrestling. Making his return to Super Spirit Live tonight after many matches on Spirit Rising, our Thursday show. A tall order here tonight in this man, Elliot McKay.
And his opponent, all day Elliot McKay.
One of the more agile wrestlers here in Super Spirit Wrestling, and certainly in the heavyweight division. He moves like a junior, but that is a heavyweight with heavyweight strength, making his way to the ring to do battle with Jeffrey Hudson. Burt Wiggins officiating the opening bout here tonight at Super Spirit Live. Thank you for joining us. Jeffrey Hudson starting things off with an early arm drag takedown and a diving fist drop to the face of Elliot McKay. Big power slam there. Our first pin of the night yields a 1 count from Burt Wiggins, and a DDT high impact maneuver early on here, spiking Jeffrey Hudson into the mat. Hudson rallying right back with a huge back body drop, carrying through his whole weight there. Inside cradle, one, just a 1 count. Jump up Rana attempt, it seemed to be there from Elliot McKay, countered with a package powerbomb, only yielding a rope break from Burt Wiggins. Big axe kick from Elliot McKay to the back of Jeffrey Hudson, and now with a cross arm breaker near the corner here, Jeffrey Hudson able to create some separation. And a low blow there. I'm not sure Burt Wiggins saw that. Jeffrey Hudson trying to turn the tables here. Elliot McKay, no stranger to low blows himself. Both men doing what it takes to pull out a victory here tonight in the heavyweight division. Irish whip from Hudson. Huge shoulder tackle connecting across the body of McKay. Cross arm breaker again now for McKay, maybe devising a game plan here to take out the limbs of Jeffrey Hudson. Leg feed enziguri there across the back of the head. And a high-angle dropkick. You see the agility of Elliot McKay coming into play here, although that dropkick off target. Maybe going to the well one too many times there with the dropkicks, now on the receiving end of a shoulder breaker. And again, Jeffrey Hudson will work the arm from the standing position. Irish whip from McKay. Beautiful Rana there from all-day Elliot McKay. Rake to the eye, certainly a more violent side here we're seeing of Jeffrey Hudson, and follows up with a DDT. Traps the arm there, drops down with a guillotine leg drop from the standing position. Jeffrey Hudson now with a huge lariat. McKay rallies. Collision comes out in favor of neither man, but now a huge DDT again from Hudson in the corner. Irish whip again. Big spine buster from the eternal Jeffrey Hudson. And he'll try the figure four now. The most dangerous practitioner of the figure four in Super Spirit Wrestling. He's got it cinched in deep here, but Elliott McKay able to survive and continue in this heavyweight contest. And what an enziguri there. What an answer from McKay. He'll try a pin here. 2, just a 2 count. Jeffrey Hudson having the tenacity to kick out after that tremendous kick to the back of the head. Looked like he may have been trying for the figure four again there. Scouted by McKay, but he's out on his feet for a moment. DDT there from Hudson. We've seen those on both sides of the ring throughout this contest, and Hudson telling Elliott McKay to bring it. Poison Rana from Jeffrey Hudson. No pin attempt here. This contest will continue. And now it will be the forearms testing the closed fist punches of Hudson. Super kick from McKay. Hudson to his feet. A huge headbutt from Jeffrey Hudson. And now the figure four on a dazed Elliott McKay. We could have a submission here. You saw Elliott McKay inching his way to the ropes, unable to get their high angle drop kick from McKay. Good percentage on those this evening for Elliott McKay. His kicks right on the money, but that one a low blow from Hudson. Uncharacteristic of Jeffrey Hudson, but we are seeing it here tonight against McKay. Repositioning McKay. Something on the mind of Jeffrey Hudson here, calling for the end. Working the leg, perhaps softening up for another figure four. Punch to the back of the head, one punch sending McKay down. Exhaustion starting to play a role in this match. But then a huge fisherman buster out of nowhere from Elliott McKay. Enziguri again. The power of those kicks paying dividends in this matchup. And a knee crusher. Jeffrey Hudson perhaps tired of dealing with those kicks, looking to take out the knees and the legs and softening up for another figure four here, and that's it. Jeffrey Hudson submitting with a figure four leg lock, picking one up here over all day Elliott McKay. You know that's going to weigh on the mind of McKay, one of our cockier competitors here in Super Spirit Wrestling. Certainly refusing to take losses as he heads to the ring, but tonight he will have to do so as Jeffrey Hudson is victorious this evening in the heavyweight division. Well, moving on, folks, we have a interesting match in the men's tag division between newcomers Paragon and former champions The Gambles. The Gambles, of course, recently lost their titles to current champions Deadly Encounter. We'll see how Paragon matches up to former champions here in Super Spirit Wrestling. It would certainly rise the stock of these newcomers in their division if they're able to take out a team as illustrious as the Gambles.
Making their way to the ring, the team of Katsuro Takashima and Colin Klein, Paragon.
Pound for pound, the strongest team in the men's tag division here in Super Spirit Wrestling. Likely evident as you see them make their way to the ring. And here are your former tag champions.
And their opponents, the team of Marcus and Nathan Gamble, the Gambles.
A hard loss certainly for the Gambles against Deadly Encounter. After using their rematch clause, they were unsuccessful in getting their titles back from the current champions, Katsuro Takashima and Marcus Gamble, starting things off here for their respective teams. And Gamble taking it straight to Takashima. Early pin here after the tombstone pile driver, yielding a 1 count from official Kim Carrillo. Striking combination there from Marcus Gamble. He'll try some running offense here. What a maneuver there from Gamble. Standing moonsault. Pin attempt here. Just a 1 count. Katsuro Takashima will need to shake the cobwebs loose here. It has been all Marcus Gamble thus far. The former champion really taking it to his opponent here. Lama Straw Cradle. Colin Klein getting involved here for Katsuro Takashima as he has had difficulty here getting the wheels turning. Pinning predicament again here from Marcus. Colin Klein not able to get involved in time, but Katsuro having enough in the tank to kick out. And Colin Klein showing off his power here, lifting up Marcus Gamble, who is no small competitor. Colin Klein now the legal man for Paragon. And now we see a back body drop here from Katsuro Takashima, some of his first offense of the night here against Marcus Gamble. Big brainbuster on the outside from Colin Klein. Certainly an intimidating presence here, emerging in the men's tag division. Back body drop counter from Klein. Huge lariat on the outside. They have till the count of 20 here. Both men back in the ring. Tag made for the Gambles. Nathan Gamble now in for his team. Depositing Colin Klein on the outside. Both members of the Gambles talking strategy there in the center of the ring. Now Colin Klein with corner control. Swinging neckbreaker from Nathan Gamble. Certainly the smaller competitor in this exchange, but he can use his speed to outmaneuver Colin Klein. Of course, if you get caught in a giant power slam, that could be all here. Just a 1 count. A huge testament to the conditioning of Nathan Gamble, sustaining a giant slam there from Colin Klein. And we could be looking at a delayed brainbuster here. Colin Klein letting all the blood of Nathan Gamble rush to the head before dumping him on his back. Tag made for the Gambles. Irish whip reversal from Marcus Gamble, sending Colin Klein into familiar territory. He may come to regret it. So many reversals here out of these two competitors. Interesting chemistry in the ring here between Colin Klein and Marcus Gamble. Big choke slam now from Colin Klein. And he'll try an Irish whip. Certainly the slower competitor. You see the speed of Marcus Gamble coming into play there. He'll try a pin after the kicking combination. Just a 1 count. Marcus Gamble battling his way out of an unfavorable position, and he will now make a tag to Nathan Gamble. Paragon with stereo clotheslines. And Nathan Gamble now trying his hand at dealing with both members of Paragon. Counter maneuver there from Colin Klein, setting things up from Katsudo Takashima. Now we see some offense out of Takashima, who had a difficult time in the early goings of this contest. Rolling senton from Nathan Gamble. Submission maneuver here from Katsudo Takashima. Marcus Gamble getting involved and giving the finger guns across the ring to Colin Klein. Maybe a small rivalry starting up between those two competitors. Pinning predicament here now for Nathan Gamble. 2 count. Katsudo Takashima able to get the shoulders up. Takashima now battling his way out of the Gamble's corner. Gamble will try the Irish whip here. Big arm breaker. Carries through so much momentum, almost going for like a Hurricane Rana style maneuver. Basement drop kick off the running offense. It is Katsudo Takashima first to his feet though, and he will make a tag to Colin Klein. Marcus Gamble scouting the dual offense there of Paragon, fighting off both members. The striking prowess of Marcus Gamble, certainly a difference maker in this contest. Bad ring positioning there. Katsudo Takashima easily able to get there. What a maneuver there. A Death Valley driver from Takashima, spiking Marcus Gamble into the mat and softening him up for his partner Colin Klein. But a roulette driver, a huge roulette driver. Not able to take advantage of a pin though, as he opts to make a tag to Nathan Gamble. Standing moonsault now from Nathan. Could have been all there as you saw Marcus Gamble distracting Katsudo Takashima. Great tag team offense and strategy here out of the former champions. Both men down, both men to their feet. Inverted DDT there from Nathan Gamble, pulling the much larger Colin Klein down, wrenching the neck there, driving him into the mat. Klein now shifting the landscape here of the matchup. Big power slam there. Irish whip. And a huge lariat from Colin Klein. Here we could be looking at it right here. The final bomb. Final bomb. He sits out with it. 1, 2. Marcus Gamble thankfully able to get there. And then delivering a roulette driver to Katsudo Takashima. The Gambles trying to steal one here. And a frustrated Colin Klein now lifting up Nathan Gamble, depositing him unceremoniously onto the mat. Nathan will make a tag to Marcus and will now have an Irish whip. Yes! The Gambles doing a bit of celebrating, but could it be too early here against what has been a very impressive team in Paragon? Particularly Colin Klein has shown some great signs as they climb the ranks here in the men's tag division. Deadlift German suplex from Colin Klein as Katsudo Takashima will take advantage and reposition. But a roulette driver. Yes! Roulette driver and then knees across the body. Interesting that they would not go for a pin there. Death Valley driver from Katsudo Takashima rallying with some offense of his own. Big Uranage from Katsudo. And now Marcus with another roulette driver. Yes! Going to the top rope. Huge elbow drop from Marcus Gamble, and he will make a tag to Nathan. Could he be setting up another roulette driver? The Gambles may be looking to send a message here. The damage sustained to Katsudo Takashima after I believe what has been at least 3 roulette drivers, but a pump handle slam here. 2. Almost came to regret no pins, did Marcus Gamble, as that was a near fall for Katsudo Takashima. He'll try it again. 1, 2. Near fall, Nathan Gamble keeping his team in this contest. Come on! Uranage from Katsudo Takashima. Nathan in big trouble here as this match gets into deep waters. Katsudo Takashima preventing what could have been a tag attempt there, and he'll make one of his own. Able to prevent Nathan again. Nathan could be in huge trouble here. On the receiving end of a delayed brainbuster, nothing Marcus can do but watch from the apron. You see him calling for a tag in the corner. You gotta wonder if that tag will ever come. And finally, Nathan Gamble able to create the separation he needed, and he makes a tag to Marcus. Beautiful maneuver there from Nathan Gamble off the top rope, catching a dazed Colin Klein, and now Marcus will try the kicks. Setting something up in the corner here. Huge super kick from Marcus Gamble. Marcus's refusal to try for pinfalls here, and as I say that, he tries for one center of the ring, but Katsudo Takashima able to get there. You gotta wonder though why Marcus Gamble has not gone for more pinfall attempts throughout this contest. We're used to seeing smarter wrestling out of Marcus Gamble. Nathan still leading the example here tonight for that team. But Marcus may be cocky in his approach, maybe trying to send a message to newcomers Paragon. Roulette driver again out of Marcus Gamble. Colin sending Nathan the distance of the ring. And Nathan dumping Colin Klein on the outside. Katsudo Takashima not appreciative of the taunts there. And a roulette driver this time from Nathan. But he is certainly in no man's land. He'll try for the pin anyway. Katsudo Takashima immediately able to break that up. Stereo clothesline from Paragon. Submission maneuver here, and that's all. Nathan Gamble submitting to Colin Klein. That is a huge shakeup for the men's tag division. Former champions following two relative newcomers, Colin Klein and Katsudo Takashima. Very interesting indeed. The stock of Paragon raising continually here in Super Spirit Wrestling's men's tag division. Well, folks, now we're going to move on to a very exciting matchup, a debut in the women's division, the debut of Hana Nishikawa taking on Super Spirit Wrestling mainstay Natasha Watson. We'll be taking you to the ring shortly for that contest. We do thank you for joining us here this evening under these special circumstances. Let's go now for that debut.
Making her way to the ring in her Super Spirit Wrestling debut, Hana Nishikawa.
The case could be made that we now have a new #1 striker in the women's division. Hana Nishikawa certainly fitting that bill.
Life's a foolish game. Do you ever feel the same? Well, maybe we
and her opponent, Natasha Watson.
Natasha Watson has picked up many impressive victories of her own here since her debut in Super Spirit Wrestling all the way back in November during the New Dawn Tournament Series. And you see her pointing at Hana Nishikawa there. We'll see how these two women face off. Lenny Spencer on duty for this contest. Hana Nishikawa opening things off with a shote to the face and a dragon screw takedown from Natasha Watson. Natasha Watson saying welcome to Super Spirit Wrestling with some chops across the body of Hana Nishikawa. Both competitors sizing each other up there. Natasha Watson will try the dragon screw again, keeping the larger competitor grounded. Snap suplex from Nishikawa. Big knee there to the gut. You see the striking prowess coming into play from Hana Nishikawa. Will Natasha Watson have what it takes to withstand that offense? And Watson battling her way out of the corner with more chops, following up with knees across the face of Hana Nishikawa. Scouts the clothesline. Snap suplex from Hana Nishikawa. A pair of knees this time. Working the midsection of Watson, she'll try for a pin here, only earning a 1 count. Nishikawa putting the brakes on there and also countering an arm drag takedown attempt, it looked like. Impressive scouting there from Hana Nishikawa. Natasha Watson having the final say in that striking contest with the closed fist punches. Nishikawa working Watson all the way to the corner there, walking her down. And big kicks to the midsection. Nishikawa certainly have the reach advantage. Oh, and then Natasha Watson snapping the fingers before delivering a beautifully executed moonsault across the back of Hana Nishikawa. And now Hana Nishikawa taunting Natasha Watson after throwing her to the outside. Both competitors taking some time to regain their energy.
5, 6,
just staring a hole into each other. Natasha Watson certainly taking her time on the outside here. Maybe playing some mind games with Nishikawa. And indeed rolling back into the ring at the count of 11. She'll try for top rope offense again here. Diving body splash will not work in her favor as Nishikawa was able to get to her feet. Maybe a lapse in judgment there, though, from Nishikawa as she did not complete any offense after the Irish whip. She's got her up. It could be the Dreamweaver. The Dreamweaver for the first time in a Super Spirit Wrestling ring. This could be all. 2. No, Natasha Watson kicking out of the Dreamweaver, and I'm unsure how. Looked to be a Russian leg sweep attempt there. And then a jump up Rana there from Hana Nishikawa. She's got her up again. Dreamweaver, center of the ring, the Dreamweaver.
1, 2.
No, another near fall here. Natasha Watson having a lot of tenacity here. And the JLT, center of the ring, JLT.
1, 2.
A near fall this time for Watson. Dreamweaver again, the third Dreamweaver. 1, 2. What a competition we're seeing out of these two competitors in the women's division. Hana Nishikawa making a very impressive debut here against Watson. And Watson will snap the fingers again, the same hand being damaged by Natasha Watson.
10 minutes gone.
Now the other hand, Natasha Watson showing no mercy here against the debuting Hana Nishikawa. JLT in the corner.
1, 2.
Hana Nishikawa staying in this matchup. Moonsault from Natasha Watson. This could be it. 2. This contest will continue. And a JLT out of nowhere. 1, 2. Near fall again here. An instant classic here tonight at Super Spirit Live. Natasha Watson taking a moment there to regain her composure. And a beautiful facebuster, stunning Hana Nishikawa. 2 count here. Near fall again. Pop-up Rana, pinning predicament. 2. And it's over. Natasha Watson dashing the hopes of a successful debut for Hana Nishikawa. And she is victorious here tonight. In women's division action, Hana Nishikawa will have to go back to the drawing board. Certainly an impressive performance, but it did not lead to a victory here tonight in her debut. Frustrating to be sure for Hana Nishikawa. Well, folks, we are going to move on now to a match in the junior division between former champion Cameron Reese and the intergalactic Griffin Jimmy Davis. Cameron Reese, of course, recently dropped the belt to Archie Everett. He was unsuccessful using his rematch clause. Archie Everett able to defeat Reese 2 times in a row and hang on to the Shadow Band title. He currently sits at the #1 position there in the junior division. We will be taking you to the ring shortly for the match between Cameron Reese and Griffin Jimmy Davis, the Midnight Rider taking on the intergalactic GJD for the first time in a while since dropping the belt to Archie Everett.
Making his way to the ring, he is the Midnight Rider, Cameron Reese.
No title around the waist of Cameron Reese as he makes his way to the ring. Of definitely a new attitude developing in Cameron Reese without that title.
All right, baby.
And his opponent, the intergalactic Griffin Jimmy Davis.
Griffin Jimmy Davis, one of the fan favorites here in Super Spirit Wrestling, currently coming to the ring to no applause. And you gotta wonder if that's weighing heavy on the mind of a competitor who generally draws energy from the crowd. Cameron Reese could care less, as Reese is typically a very focused competitor. It's what led him all the way to the top. But now he will try his luck tonight against the intergalactic Griffin Jimmy Davis. Stomps in the corner from the Midnight Rider. And Griffin Jimmy Davis rallying. Complete shot, though, now from Cameron Reese. Such fast action here in the early goings of this junior division contest. Clubbing forearm now for Reese, and he'll work the arm here of Griffin Jimmy Davis. He'll try it again. The other arm now. GJD suffering some heavy submission offense early on here from the former champion. Irish whip for Reese and a huge lariat across the body. Reese transitioning into more submission offense. There's a lot of ways Reese can beat you. Most dangerous of all, the City Lights combination has led to certainly many victories for the Midnight Rider here in the junior division. Griffin Jimmy Davis, though, now in control for the moment. Irish whip from Reese and a huge lariat connecting, leading to a pinfall here. 2, just a 2 count. Rolls through the suplex attempt and a backdrop on the side of Cameron Reese. Well scouted. GJD answering back with a mighty headbutt. Both these competitors taking it to each other here. Stiff strikes on both sides. And it will be the forearms of Griffin Jimmy Davis having the final say there. Drop toe hold now for Reese. Looked like another backdrop attempt there, scouted by GJD. Rolling senton after the elbow and a swinging neck breaker. Beautiful sequence there from Griffin Jimmy Davis. Can he keep the momentum in his favor? Scouted offense. Cameron Reese with a backdrop. And there it is. The suplex. Wrist control. Rolls through the City Lights combination. 1, 2. Griffin Jimmy Davis kicking out of the City Lights combination. I don't think Reese expected that. And now GJD firing back. A pinning attempt now after the clothesline. Just a 2 count. Griffin Jimmy Davis could be all adrenaline right now after receiving the City Lights combination. Counters the backdrop again. Beautiful kick there from Griffin Jimmy Davis. Irish whip reversal. Well-placed drop kick from the Midnight Rider. Big hip attack in the corner from Griffin Jimmy Davis. Keeping Reese cornered now. Little shake, rattle, and roll there out of the intergalactic GJD. And he'll try a top rope maneuver now. Diving headbutt. And he got all of it there against Cameron Reese. Huge slam, dragon-style slam there from Griffin Jimmy Davis, who looks to be showing signs of exhaustion. But he is rolling here against a former champion. This win would mean a lot for GJD. Another huge kick. Tremendous stuff here out of Griffin Jimmy Davis. It's been a while since we've seen offense out of Cameron Reese. And now Reese out of nowhere with a running bulldog. Backbreaker. Cameron Reese trying to change the conversation of this junior division contest here. Griffin Jimmy Davis sending Cameron Reese into senior official Norio Nakatomi with an Irish whip. Inadvertently, I'm sure. Nakatomi back up to his feet. You see the blood coming out of the head of the official. GJD out on his feet. Could do nothing there about that huge punch. Bulldog again. Irish whip from Reese. Kitchen sink. And an inverted figure 4 now. And that's all. The inverted figure 4 submitting Griffin Jimmy Davis. Cameron Reese picking up an impressive victory here. And you got to root for Griffin Jimmy Davis in that scenario. Cameron Reese being a former champion. GJD certainly the underdog and unable to pull a victory out here. It would have been an exciting victory for Griffin Jimmy Davis, but Cameron Reese showing why he was once at the very top of the junior division here in Super Spirit Wrestling. Well, folks, we are going to take a short break. When we come back, we will have the former champion of the heavyweight division, big man Benjamin Rose, facing off against Fear. Should be an interesting contest for sure. You won't want to miss it. Stick with us. We'll be right back. right, folks, thanks for sticking with us through that break. We are back, and we are ready for heavyweight competition between former champion big man Benjamin Rose and the intimidating masked wrestler from the heavyweight division, Fear. These two have not locked up since the New Dawn Tournament Series all the way back in November, where Benjamin Rose was victorious. He would go on to become your first Spirit Band champion. Of course, that honor now belongs to the fancy genius Hideo Kuba.
Absolute beginners came to Georgetown. They were wearing Harris tweed and pork pie.
Making his way to the ring, big man Benjamin Rose.
Throw you in the gutter.
Howling out to an empty arena here is Benjamin
Expect
Rose.
men like that.
I guess testing the acoustics here tonight at Super Spirit Live.
Bound for Niles Bend Harbor. The ladies wear perfume to sky your nose.
He will have a tall order for sure here in the form of Fear.
There's a darkness deep inside of me, a monster that shares your name, and it chases me day and night.
And his opponent, Fear.
I've been hating you.
Fear has cut a path through the heavyweight division here in Super Spirit Wrestling, and he will try his hand against a former champion, facing off against Benjamin Rose here for the second time. Much has changed for these two competitors since the New Dawn Tournament Series. Jumping pile drivers starting things off in a huge way for Fear. Two of the largest competitors in all of Super Spirit Wrestling locking up here tonight. Benjamin Rose being the absolute de facto largest, standing at 7'1". And Fear will have to go on that ride now, being deposited on the outside of the ring. A microphone, Fear looking to get rough here early. Burt Wiggins going to have to use some discretion here. Many officials in Super Spirit Wrestling afraid to enforce rules against competitors like Fear. Big power slam now from Fear. Benjamin Rose just being absolutely handled in the early goings of this contest. Huge lariat from Rose, who will try for a pin now. As I've mentioned before, during earlier Super Spirit Wrestling broadcasts, the clothesline, a very common move in wrestling, but being hit with a Benjamin Rose clothesline is an entirely different matter. Fear repositioning Benjamin Rose, stomping across the back now. And as we saw with Natasha Watson earlier against Hana Nishikawa, Fear taking a page out of her book, snapping the fingers of big man Benjamin Rose. And he is being paid now with a headlock, sleeper hold from the mounted position, and now a chin lock here out of big man Benjamin Rose. Using his large frame for extra leverage there, wrenching the body back. And out of nowhere, a chin crusher from Fear. Desperation kick, a big boot there from Benjamin Rose. He'll try for a pin. Not even a 1 count. Fear showing some tenacity here against the former champion. Irish whip. Splash in the corner off target. Well scouted by Fear. Now in control of the leg. We spoke with Benjamin Rose recently. He said that although, of course, he is sad to have lost the title, he is excited at the prospect of mixing it up with the other wrestlers in the heavyweight division, who he might not have otherwise faced as champion.
5 minutes gone.
We'll see if he still feels that way after his competition tonight here with Fear. Fear has looked very impressive, though, now on the receiving end of an Irish whip, big power slam. He'll try for a pin. 2. No, just a 2 count here against Fear. And Fear snapping the fingers again of Benjamin Rose. The pain and disrespect. And now the other hand. Pinning predicament now. Benjamin Rose kicking out at 2. We could be seeing some big stuff here. No, a poke to the eyes, preventing a powerbomb there. It looked to be a powerbomb attempt from Benjamin Rose. Irish whip reversal. So many counters out of both these competitors, and Benjamin Rose now getting a little rough, raking the face of Fear across the ropes. He's got him up again. This time for a pile driver, sits out with it. And taunting his opponent is Benjamin Rose. Huge leg drop. The biggest man in all of Super Spirit Wrestling coming down off the top rope, but now the forehead being bitten. Fear taking a chunk, literally, out of a former champion here in Super Spirit Wrestling. He's got him up. It could be Rose Crusher, the Rose Crusher. 1, 2. No, near fall. Fear kicking out of the Rose Crusher, and I thought it would be all right there. Big power bomb. Benjamin Rose able to get it off this time, but unable to capitalize. Fear out on his feet. Backbreaker. Huge slam. Benjamin Rose really rolling now in the late goings of this match, and now just a blatant choke being applied by a frustrated Fear, dropping Benjamin Rose to the mat. Almost a disqualification there. Fear had to the count of 5, and he'll have that same count now, biting the face once more of Benjamin Rose. Again biting the face. Benjamin Rose losing a lot of blood here tonight. And he's got him up again. Big powerbomb packages him this time. 2. A kick out. A brutal match here in the heavyweight division. Fear now, jumping pile driver. Pinning predicament. 2. Near fall. Big slam from Benjamin Rose. And a lariat, a crushing lariat. This could certainly do it. 2. Near fall. So many impressive matches we're seeing here tonight. The athletes really turning it on tonight at Super Spirit Live. Fear could be signaling for the end here. Basement drop kick. Smart to take out the legs of the larger competitor. A low blow from Fear. And he's got him up. It could be Fear itself. 1, 2. It's over. Fear gazing down at Benjamin Rose after picking up a shocking victory over the former champion. Fear itself proving too much for Benjamin Rose after the continual face bites, the microphone blow, the low blow. What's it going to take for these refs in Super Spirit Wrestling to start really officiating when people like Fear are involved in high-stake competition? Certainly Benjamin Rose suffering a hard loss there against Fear, but Fear nevertheless will be able to take that win with him tonight, despite all of the nefarious tactics used to earn it. Folks, we're going to be moving on now to a match in the women's division between Paula Reyes and former champion Ryoko Matsui. A lot of former champions returning to the mix in the rankings here at Super Spirit Wrestling, and you're seeing the results here tonight as we cut through this impressive card full of great wrestling action. Let's go to the ring now.
Making her way to the ring, Paula Reyes.
Paula Reyes has looked so impressive in all of her outings here in Super Spirit Wrestling, not all of them leading to victories. Many people are wondering if she could be the next person to rise up to be in the title conversation against current champion Chie Hamasaki. Of course, this woman, Ryoko Matsui, I believe, has yet to use her rematch clause against Chie Hamasaki.
Will you listen now? I miss you.
Making her way to the ring, she is the guiding light, Ryoko Matsui.
Former champion Ryoko Matsui choosing to return to competition before using her rematch clause against Chie Hamasaki, not a decision many ex-champions make. But she is a hungry competitor here, sending Paula Reyes for the Irish whip and a back elbow connecting, leading to a 1 count early on here for Ryoko Matsui. Snap suplex from Reyes. As has been the case in many matches tonight, it would be big for Paula Reyes to pick up a victory here against a former champion. We saw the tag team Paragon able to do that tonight against the Gambles. We also saw Fear just now able to pick up an impressive victory over former Spirit Band champion Benjamin Rose. Galaxy Slam early, center of the ring from Ryoko Matsui, but Matsui showing uncharacteristic fatigue here early and deciding instead to follow up with an elbow drop. Strange behavior here from Ryoko Matsui, but she's got her up again for another Galaxy Slam. Paula Reyes in huge trouble. 2. Near fall. Ryoko Matsui may be trying to send a message here. This is certainly a side of Matsui we've not seen before. Paula Reyes trying to slow things down now. Side head block leading to an elbow. But she's got her up again. Galaxy Slam again from Ryoko Matsui. 1, 2. Thought it could have been all there. Ryoko Matsui again got her up for another Galaxy Slam. Perhaps a frustrated Ryoko Matsui. As I said, this is very strange behavior from someone who usually shows a lot of ring sense. And here we are again, another Galaxy Slam. Trying to end the career of Paula Reyes. And it's over. Ryoko Matsui with numerous Galaxy Slams, putting away Paula Reyes so fast. A shocker for sure. And as I mentioned, certainly a weird side there of Ryoko Matsui coming out the gate with almost exclusively Galaxy Slams. She is able to pick up a victory, so I guess I can't say too much, but I am concerned about the mind state of the former champion, perhaps frustrated after her loss to current champion Chie Hamasaki. We'll see how that takes shape here in the coming weeks in Super Spirit Wrestling. Moving on, folks, we have an interesting contest between two junior division competitors who have absolutely taken each other to the limit in 2 cases. And we'll see if they can do it for a 3rd time tonight, the deciding match between Mervyn Wallace and superstar Ricky Gilmore. These two have had epic matches down on our Thursday show, Spirit Rising. Both men coming out with victories. We are currently sitting at 1-1. Who will take the deciding match here tonight at Super Spirit Live?
Making his way to the ring, Mervyn Wallace.
Mervyn Wallace, certainly a rough competitor, a very tough competitor. He has shown that off quite a bit since his debut in Super Spirit Wrestling.
And his opponent, superstar Ricky Gilmore.
Formerly known as Mama's favorite, now superstar Ricky Gilmore. A new attitude, a new look, and a new approach to wrestling. Can he put a nail in the coffin here tonight in this saga against Mervyn Wallace? And you'll want to stay tuned until after this match, folks. It will be our main event. Diamond Deluxe having a title shot for the second time against undefeated champions Troubletown. For now, though, superstar Ricky Gilmore in control with a dynamic pile driver. Irish whip reversal from Wallace. Beautiful Hurricane Rana there from Wallace. These two athletes should know each other quite well by now, as they have had some of the longest recorded matches here in Super Spirit Wrestling. Submission maneuver from Gilmore, wrenching the arms of Wallace, who's able to create separation with a knee. Fireman's carry now for Wallace. Texas Cloverleaf, center of the ring. And you got to wonder how long this matchup will go tonight, given the history of these two competitors. He sits out here for a pinning predicament, earning just a 1 count, says official Lenny Spencer. Inside cradle now for Wallace. Drops to the mat. Wallace unable to take advantage of the Irish whip. And Gilmore will try another pile driver here. He'll have it. Gaining a lot of ground here against Mervyn Wallace. A very focused Ricky Gilmore, looking into the eyes of Mervyn Wallace as he works the arms. Irish whip, collision. And it's Gilmore again, spiking Mervyn Wallace into the mat. Perhaps the prior matchups with Gilmore taking a toll on newcomer Mervyn Wallace. Ricky Gilmore used to a Super Spirit Wrestling ring, used to the conditions and the high level of competition in the junior division. Mervyn Wallace rolling through for a brutal leg lock there. Ricky Gilmore quickly escaping, preventing further damage. Sleeper hold here. And Gilmore once more lifting him up for another pile driver. So much damage sustained to the neck and back and the top of the head of Mervyn Wallace. Still only yielding 1 counts, though, and you know that's got to be on the mind of superstar Ricky Gilmore. Arm drag takedown. Wallace trying to turn the tide. God, a tremendous flurry of headbutts out of Ricky Gilmore, and he'll try another cloverleaf. Sits out with the spine buster. He'll try for a pin. Not trapping the arms, though. And Mervyn Wallace able to get the shoulders up and continue. Here against Ricky Gilmore, he'll try a pin of his own, not even a 1 count. Drop toe hold from Wallace. And a desperation takedown from Gilmore. Back and forth answers here from both men. Drop kick will not work out in Gilmore's favor. Mervyn Wallace taking advantage. Corner control with a huge forearm. Snapmare takedown. Great sequence here from Mervyn Wallace, working the arm now of his opponent. But he's got him up. Gilmore with the eventide. Eventide, center of the ring. Could this be all? 2. Near fall, the first near fall of the match. The first near fall of what could be many, as we look to close the saga here between Mervyn Wallace and superstar Ricky Gilmore. Fireman's carry for Wallace. Elbow to the back. Wallace trying to maintain control here. Gilmore making it difficult. He'll try for a pin. It looks to be bad positioning and indeed a rope break signaled by Lenny Spencer. Takes him down for an armbar, also near the ropes, but he keeps his body between Mervyn Wallace and the ropes. Smart mat sense here out of Ricky Gilmore. Firing himself up here. High angle backdrop. Sends him to the ropes. Big wheel kick connecting for superstar Ricky Gilmore. Mervyn Wallace maybe needs to wake up here. Drop kick off target. Going to the ropes. Big wheel kick again across the face of Mervyn Wallace. And a headbutt to boot. Ricky Gilmore maybe looking to put it away soon here. Mervyn Wallace receiving a lot of unanswered offense. Got him up again, and another pile driver. Center of the ring, spiking him down to the mat. Corner control now for Gilmore. Tremendous headbutts in the corner. So much damage sustained by Mervyn Wallace. Tremendous forearms in the corner now for Wallace as he looks to battle back. More headbutts from Gilmore. I don't think I've seen anything as brutal in the entirety of the junior division. And another headbutt, this time Gilmore jumping through that one and putting on a show here. Feeling himself as we get in deep in this junior division contest. And out of nowhere, a deep arm drag takedown from Mervyn Wallace. He'll try for an Irish whip now. Drops to the mat. Collision? No. Rana in a pinning predicament here. Just a 1 count. To be so late in this matchup, only receiving 1 counts, Mervyn Wallace has got to be thinking about that. Delayed drop toe hold there. High impact. Ricky Gilmore falling right on his face. And another leg lock here. Mervyn Wallace rolling through. Ricky Gilmore in big trouble. No, creating separation for himself. Snap suplex from Wallace. I gotta think that Ricky Gilmore, if this were a scorecard situation, would have more points, but now the eventide. The eventide from Gilmore could seal the whole deal here. Near fall. Mervyn Wallace saying, I've seen it before. It's going to take more than a couple eventides to do in a competitor like Wallace. Rope break off the small package. And again, eventide. He'll try again. 1, 2, near fall. Big strikes from both competitors. Football tackle from Gilmore. Wallace answering back with a headbutt of his own. Rope break signaled by Lenny Spencer. He's got him up again. Pile driver. How many more maneuvers like that can Mervyn Wallace sustain as this match continues? Collision now working out in favor of Ricky Gilmore. Heavy exhaustion apparent for Mervyn Wallace. Ricky Gilmore probably not far behind. Drops to the mat. He'll try the Irish whip once more, but he's too exhausted. Scouted this time by Ricky Gilmore. Mervyn Wallace looking for corner offense. Jumping forearm connecting once more for Wallace. Irish whip. What a DDT there from Mervyn Wallace jumping through. Ricky Gilmore immediately to his feet. Tried the leg lock again, but an unfortunate roll through. And it's over. Ricky Gilmore tapping Mervyn Wallace, and this is over. Ricky Gilmore emerging victorious in this epic saga with Mervyn Wallace, an armbar out of absolutely nowhere, forcing Mervyn Wallace to tap. Unfortunate stuff for Wallace as he has looked very impressive throughout those matches with Gilmore. Gilmore, though, perhaps the experience coming out on top for the superstar over Mervyn Wallace. Well, folks, we have got to take a short break, and when we come back, we will have the main event. It will be Diamond Deluxe taking on undefeated champions Troubletown for a seat at the throne at the very top of the women's tag division. Please don't go anywhere. You won't want to miss this epic contest. We'll be right back. All right, folks, we are back and we are ready for the main event, a championship bout between Diamond Deluxe and current champions Troubletown. Priscilla Frost and Nora Nunez have been undefeated here during their run in Super Spirit Wrestling. We'll see if Diamond Deluxe can finally dethrone Troubletown tonight in the main event here at Super Spirit Live.
Making their way to the ring, the challengers, the team of Billy and Val Van Orman, Diamond Deluxe.
Much like the Gambles, a team of siblings here, Billy and Val Van Orman in their second title shot here tonight against Troubletown.
I feel a cold wind blow, sending shivers down my spine. I stand frozen, I lose all sense of time.
And their opponents, they are the Fury Band champions, the team of Priscilla Frost and Nora Nunez, Troubletown.
The only undefeated entity left in Super Spirit Wrestling defending their titles here tonight against Diamond Deluxe. I'm joined now via satellite by my co-commentator, Connie Mills. Connie, how are you this evening?
Very well, and so glad to be here, Shirt.
A lot of excitement in the air tonight here, Connie, as Diamond Deluxe looks to take the titles from Troubletown. Do you think they could do it, Connie?
Well, they've certainly worked very hard, Shirt.
I gotta agree with you there, Connie. We've got Priscilla Frost and Billy Van Orman starting things off here for their respective teams. Early here, the Frost Lock being cinched in early by Priscilla Frost could be a bad sign for Diamond Deluxe. Big spine buster though, Billy repaying the offense of Priscilla Frost. Connie, what do you think Diamond Deluxe has to do to stand the test here against the champions Troubletown?
I think they're contrasting.
It's okay, Connie. We're all a little excited here tonight. Definitely a clash here as Priscilla Frost and Billy Van Orman lock up here. Priscilla Frost, a more vicious wrestler for sure than Billy Van Orman, and now she's making attack to her partner Nora Nunez, who has an MMA background. Billy Van Orman finds herself on the outside, neither member of Troubletown giving chase, perhaps talking strategy there in the center of the ring. An impressive title reign for sure. Troubletown standing as undefeated here entering this match. Could they be getting complacent though in their standing? Could Diamond Deluxe sneak up here from behind and take the belts away from the undefeated champions?
She's got her in the corner.
Indeed, great corner positioning here for Val Van Orman. Nora Nunez and Val, a bit similar in their approaches. The MMA style of Nora Nunez clashing with the kicks there of Val Van Orman. You see both kicks there putting both members of Troubletown to the mat. Val Van Orman with a tall order there. You see a takedown, a vicious takedown from Nora Nunez.
It seems as though Val is taking control.
Indeed, an impressive showing here against the larger competitor Priscilla Frost. You saw a submission maneuver there. A lot of leverage for Val. Powerbomb, though, now unable to yield anything. Spinning drop toe hold from Frost, and now an inverted figure four here against Val Van Orman. Tag made for both teams, and now a release belly to belly from Nora Nunez, tossing Billy Van Orman across the ring. Got her up again. More high-impact offense from Billy Van Orman. What a shakeup it would be tonight to see Troubletown suffer their first loss. Billy Van Orman devising a game plan here, repeatedly slamming Nora Nunez to the mat. Connie, maybe you could familiarize our viewers with the style clash between Billy and her sister Val.
Well, Val is a showgirl, and she's gonna do all the quick, fast, high-flying moves. And Billy is really tough, and she just wants to get it over with.
That's right. Billy has a lot of moves in her repertoire that could spell victory here tonight for the challengers. You see a high-impact clothesline connecting there against Priscilla Frost. Backbreaker slam combination there from Billy. She finds herself in a bad situation here, though, in Troubletown's corner.
Both of these teams have worked really hard to be in the positions that they're in.
That is certainly true. Big slam there. Spinning out with it for extra momentum is Billy. Val Van Orman now back in for Diamond Deluxe. Huge knee to the back of Priscilla Frost from Val Van Orman. Jumping up to chop the tree down. And a big running knee. Val Van Orman firing on all cylinders here, leading into a high-angle Boston Crab. Nora Nunez almost going the full distance of the ring there to run interference, but Priscilla Frost able to create separation on her own. Drop toe hold, spinning through. Unique pin here from Priscilla Frost. Just a 1 count. This match could certainly go the distance. Both of these teams hungry to own the gold here in the women's tag division. Takedown from Nunez. Pinning predicament here. Just a 1 count. Connie Val Van Orman showing a lot of tenacity. They've certainly wanted to hold on to the gold since they arrived here in Super Spirit Wrestling.
A rodeo stretch.
Rodeo stretch indeed. Bad positioning though. Priscilla Frost immediately running interference for the champions. The rodeo stretch could spell victory for Diamond Deluxe if the conditions are better later in this contest. Nora Nunez now to the top rope. Diving crossbody. 1, 2. Kick out from Val. And Billy keeping Priscilla Frost tied up with a big chokehold. Nora Nunez breaking down the defenses of Val and then kicking Billy Van Orman to save her partner Priscilla Frost. Swinging neck breaker from Val.
Out of control. I don't know which way it's going to go.
As we get further in this contest, both teams have delivered a stunning amount of offense. I have to, I guess, go on the side of Troubletown. If you look at just the numbers alone, the only undefeated team left in Super Spirit Wrestling. I am hopeful for Diamond Deluxe, but can they pull it off here? Billy, however, up for the diamond drop. Diamond drop. Perhaps exhausted, unable to take advantage with a pinning predicament. Let's see if the time wasted comes into effect, and Nora Nunez able to break up a pin. We could have had new champions following that diamond drop. Belly-to-belly suplex from Frost. Handling Billy Van Orman, creating some separation for a tag to Nora Nunez. And again, belly-to-belly slam this time. Shote to the back of the head. What a spear from Nora Nunez. Unintimidated by the larger competitor, Billy Van Orman, Nora Nunez taking it right to Billy.
She gets the tag.
Tag made to Val, who will now try her luck against the former MMA superstar, who I would say made the transition very well here into pro wrestling, as she currently is one half of the women's tag champions. We've got some tag team offense there out of Troubletown. You saw Nora Nunez holding things for Priscilla Frost, and a rodeo stretch attempt there is broken up by Nora Nunez. She will try a submission attempt of her own here. Billy Van Orman able to go the distance and run interference for her sister. Nora Nunez with some mighty blows, breaking down the defenses.
Whoa.
High impact maneuver into a double wrist lock. Val Van Orman could be in big trouble here. Billy trying to run interference, and she does. Priscilla Frost with an arm drag takedown.
This is what tag teams are all about.
Both teams rushing to the sides of their respective teammates to continue their stake in this title match in the main event. Tag made for Troubletown. It looks like Val Van Orman will try the same. Billy now the legal woman for Diamond Deluxe. It could be a diamond drop. Diamond drop against Nora Nunez. Can Billy Van Orman get up for a pin? Exhaustion playing a heavy role. Could be confusion on my part. Nora Nunez perhaps not the legal woman. Indeed, Nora Nunez returning to the apron. Nevertheless, on the receiving end of that diamond drop. Priscilla Frost also showing signs of exhaustion here as this match goes further and further. Spinning slam there from Van Orman from the gut wrench position. Electric chair position. Big face buster from Billy. Connie, have you ever seen Troubletown get worked like this?
Not before. This is a crazy match.
If there was ever a time for them to lose the belts, it could be now, as the amount of damage sustained on both sides of the ring has been enormous. Billy Van Orman with more impressive feats of strength here. Now finding herself in a bad position. Tree of Woe in Troubletown's corner. Brutalizing the knees is Priscilla Frost before making her return to the apron. She looked very winded there for a second. And Billy Van Orman going the full distance of the ring. Huge brain buster from Billy Van Orman. She'll try a pin. 1, 2. Priscilla Frost able to get there just in time for Nora Nunez. Tag team offense from Troubletown. Standing switch. Counter bulldog from Billy.
Okay, baby.
Headlock now working Nora Nunez. What would it mean, Connie, to submit a former MMA specialist? Rolls through now for a pin of her own. Corner control for Billy. Positions her on the top rope. Big punch. Wow, Billy Van Orman wrenching Nora Nunez by one arm and slamming her to the mat. Connie, have you ever seen anything quite like that?
Definitely not. I think everyone tonight is super hungry.
It has been the case throughout the evening. So many impressive competitions in all of our divisions in Super Spirit Wrestling. Val Van Orman now in a bad position on the receiving end of the inverted figure 4. Billy Van Orman able to deliver a kick to the back of Priscilla Frost. And as we get later and later in this contest, you got to believe the next high-impact maneuver could spell victory for either team. Big knee from Val. Traps the leg, dragon screw takedown. Rodeo stretch, rodeo stretch. Could this be it? We got new champions. We've got new champions. Diamond Deluxe. Nora Nunez delivering a kick, but it's too late. The rodeo stretch leading to a victory here, and we've got new champions for the first time in the women's division here in Super Spirit Wrestling. Diamond Deluxe unseating Troubletown, dashing their undefeated record, and they are your new women's tag champs. What a match there, Connie. What are your thoughts?
I am so excited. I know Dallas is proud. This is awesome.
Very exciting times indeed here for the Van Orman sisters. They are your new women's tag champions, and they will take the Fury bands home with them tonight to celebrate. Troubletown, I'm sure, will be thinking about that loss. Connie, thanks so much for joining us for that exciting main event on commentary this evening.
Good night, everyone. Take care.
Yes, that was our main event, everyone. We've got new tag champions in the women's division, and I couldn't be more excited. The undefeated Troubletown are no longer undefeated. They will be going back to the drawing board to see about their new approach, and you know that they will be enacting their rematch clause soon against Diamond Deluxe. Well, folks, that's all for us here. For everyone at Twitch.tv and Super Spirit Wrestling, I'm Shirt Donovan. Have a good night.